Hey everybody, it's Stacy. So today I'm making a video to answer a couple questions that I get asked quite often. And I think that people are expecting my answer to be this big, long explanation of why, since I do it, you should do it too, and that is so not the case. Anyways, let me go ahead and explain. When I first started my health journey, I never ever thought that I was going to give up either meat or alcohol, and I ended up giving up both. And so let me give you the story on both of why I gave up both. Um, so alcohol, we'll start with alcohol. I don't really think it's a really big deal why. There is like a tiny bit of a dramatic story to the alcohol. To me, there's no dramatic story on the meat, but here's with what happened with the alcohol. I believe when you get really healthy, the healthier you get, your body will actually signal you what it wants and what it doesn't want. And the healthier you get, the more you are in tune to your body and you can listen to your body. And when I was drinking alcohol, my body was actually screaming, no, we don't like this. And I was getting really bad anxieties and vertigo. It was really bad, and I actually let it go for quite a while. It was kind of dumb like that, I guess. I don't know why I let it go so long. But a year ago, April, is when I had my last, what I consider real alcohol. Like I had a couple sips a few weeks ago, and it still didn't agree with me. I was feeling a little anxious afterwards. But anyways, so a year ago, April, my youngest son, we had a birthday party for him, and I had 2 beers for his birthday party. 2 beers, not back to back, they were spread apart. I was enjoying company and, drinking with them, and, I didn't think, too big of a deal. And I was like, well, I don't have to go anywhere the next day, so no big deal. Well, the next day I woke up, my anxieties are through the roof, my world is spinning with vertigo, and it was just not fun. So I was thinking, though, you know what? I don't have to go anywhere, so whatever. I'll just lay on the couch and do nothing. Well, I got a text message that day saying that one of my friends got in a car accident, and I could not bring myself to get into the car to go see her. And that was so upsetting to me that I could not do that. I was just too anxious. My world was spinning too much, and I just, the idea of getting behind the wheel scared me to death. But the idea of not being there for my friend was very upsetting to me. And so she was okay, but I still wanted to be there for her. So I decided from then on, you know what? I don't want that feeling again. I don't want to feel like something happens to a friend or a family member or someone who, I care for, and I can't, help them out. I can't go see them, or, I can't be there for them. And so it was just, enough for me to say, okay, I'm done. And, it was good because now I discovered that since I've quit drinking, my anxieties have gone down big time. Like, I feel like alcohol was a major trigger for my anxieties, and I have no vertigo. So there you go. So there's my story on alcohol. Meat, there's not really to the whole meat thing. When after I got rid of all the processed foods, I guess you could consider what I was doing was called an elimination diet. I was bringing things into my diet and taking things out of my diet to try to figure out what works best for my body. Because like I've mentioned before, I feel like, there are things that work for other people that may not work for me, and vice versa. And I keep having people tell me how bad dairy is. And like I mentioned in the last video, I tried, getting rid of dairy from my diet a few times and my body totally freaked out. I make sure that I get organic dairy and I don't consume very much, but I still, consume it because that's what my body likes. My body likes dairy. But I've done this with, several other things, and I discovered, there are things my body likes and it doesn't like. And so one day I just decided, you know what, let's try to see what happens if I go 30 days without meat. And this was last October. So I was actually really thinking that it wouldn't work. I was thinking that my body would protest and wouldn't like it at all. I was hoping though that it would work because it's much more budget friendly, because I feel like organic, grass-fed, non-GMO meat is super expensive. And that's what I would want to get if I was eating meat, is the really healthy stuff, and it's not in my budget. My budget doesn't allow. So I was like hoping, please let me, do this. Well, so I quit eating meat. In the first 2 days, there was no big deal. I felt exactly the same. The third day I felt a little withdrawal-y, but no big problem, a little irritated, like, my body was missing something, but it was not nearly as bad as when I give up dairy. It was just, just a little annoyance. But I think, a couple days later, I felt so much better. I had this constant brain fog that just went away. Like, I felt like I can think more clearly and I was more focused, and I hadn't been in a very long time. TMI, I feel like, I've been kind of stinky because I've been trying really hard to find a really good deodorant, a really good natural deodorant, because Alzheimer's runs really big in my family, and I want to make sure, that I try to prevent that from happening to me, and, trying to get a good natural, sorry, frog in my throat. Anyways, trying to get a good natural deodorant is very important to me, so I could try to prevent, Alzheimer's. But anyways, so I've been working on that, and was struggling. It's kind of hard to find something that works really well, and also I'm irritated to baking soda, and so trying to find a natural deodorant that doesn't have baking soda, it has been really difficult. But I did find something, and I have it in my on my Facebook Balanced Dandelion page and on Instagram, so you can look that up. But anyways, when I've noticed since I've quit eating meat that my body odor has decreased, like by half. I don't feel as stinky. So that was really good, and I just felt like, I just felt all around all better, more energy, and it was great. I did, like, a month after that, I was like, okay, I can eat meat once in a while, so I tried to have some meat, and the next day I felt horrible. I had that brain fog back. I felt like I stunk really bad, and I had big puffy bags underneath my eyes. It was not fun. So my body just doesn't like meat. It does better without meat. I'm not sure if I were to consume, grass-fed, organic, non-GMO meat, if for a long period of time, if my body would be okay with that. But you know what? I'm okay with where I'm at right now. I do have some friends that are vegetarians when they're home, and then they eat meat when they go out, and I was hoping that I could be one of those people, but I can't. But my husband and my kids decided that they wanted to do that. So at home, all four of us are vegetarian. When we go out to eat, when on the rare occasion that we go out to eat, or if we go to a friend's house, and if there's meat, they'll eat the meat, and they're perfectly fine with that. So lucky them. I wish I could be like that. But those are my stories of why I gave up alcohol and meat. I don't think, people who consume either one is, I don't judge them. I don't think they're bad. I do feel that alcohol should be consumed in moderation. that's my opinion. But that's that. Meat, you know, all power to you if you want to eat meat. I really don't care. And actually, I have a couple of friends who tried to go vegetarian and they couldn't. It just didn't work for their body. I know one, I'm not sure about the other, has gone to holistic doctors who were more prone, or more focused, you should be kind of vegetarian, where they're thinking, okay, if we can't go vegetarian, let's do that. But with my one friend, they're like, no, you need to be vegetarian, or you need to eat meat. Meat works for your body, and so you need to eat meat. So we're all different. We need different things. And so, like I said, I don't judge. I'm not thinking, you eat meat, you're a bad person. That's not how I am. And so if, I get clients that want to eat meat and feel comfortable eating meat, I'm not going to try to turn them vegetarian unless they want to, unless they ask, hey, can we try to go vegetarian, and then I'll try to help with that. But I'm not going to push it. Like I said, the vegetarian works for my body, and I'm not going to push anybody to drink, stop drinking alcohol. If you drink alcohol and you feel good, while you're drinking alcohol, and you feel good the next day when you're drinking alcohol, or the next day after you drink alcohol, that's fine, and like I said, I do feel like alcohol should be in moderation, but it's your body and your decision, and I'm just here to help, and I'm not going to be pushy. So yep, those are my stories and my two answers to questions that I get asked all the time. So there you go. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for listening, and yeah, have a great day. Have a great night. Bye.